Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris. This is Starters Order 7 with our flat save. And at the end of the last one, I left a little cliffhanger on where we're gonna run Boneless Orphan next. We do have a trip up to Canada for the Prince of Wales. And if I'm not mistaken, this is leg 2 of their Triple Crown. So it's a big race, right? Big race. Yeah. I don't quite know what I want to do. I don't quite know what I want to do here. Because I really want to run, but it's been a few days since our last run. Like 10 days, and it's probably not enough. And with Jade, we need a bit more time. That's why I like to leave at least 2 weeks. But about 10 days, this would be 4 days under that. The sensible thing to do is to pull out of this. Because if we do run this as well, then we're definitely going to be tired. And then we're running that into the Saratoga Derby, which means, yeah, we can't run that. But at the same time, we could drop Saratoga or Del Mar accordingly. Like, it's going to be Saratoga, really. But I also kind of want to run that one. So, yeah, kind of torn. Kind of torn. If I look at the field, what do we got? Daisini tops. Invite them. Okay, so this is the 1-2 from the Queen's Plate then. We got this British horse that came over. Came second. You got Daisini tops. So, they look okay. Duty came third. And that's it. So the top 3 are in, and then number 6. So I'm not going to worry about those. A grade 1 and a grade 3, third in a big race. Race freely. Third at the Woodbine Oaks. Second at the Queen's Plate. And Daisini tops. Second in a grade 3. Second in Woodbine Oaks. And then won the Queen's Plate. I think those are 3 very good horses, and we've got a very good horse. I think if we run it, we come 4th. At worst. Highly likely become 2nd or 3rd. Doubt being tired, we win. I doubt we win. If we're not winning, I don't want to run. And I've got to really choose between the Oaks and the Saratoga Derby. Oaks is the easier one to win. I want the challenge. I think we go to Saratoga. So, game day decision there. Taken care of. Swan Dive, Sacramento. Only lost 1 of our 2-year-old graded races so far by a head. And Fort Erie. Yeah, see. We liked Vitam. And what? Duty and Daisini tops. They did okay. Bussa Morse was like 7th, I believe. And Third Scotch got up Urbane Mountain. So, yeah, we would have been in and around these, I felt. And so, like, third, fourth, somewhere on that feels about right for us being tired. So, I'm glad that we didn't go and run it. If they'd have finished 1, 2, 3, we might have had half a chance, maybe. But, yeah, I'm happy not to do that. So, Sacramento. We also wouldn't have been on Calvin because Calvin actually went with our 2-year-old here. So a little 7 furlong, Class 1, Grade 2. And we're out pretty decently on this near side. We're going to go towards the back. We might be another closer here then. Haven't really seen Swan Dive run yet, so we don't know what their tendencies are. We've got the grey of Bear Mongoose on the inside of Indie Spirit and up to Jamaro Valor. Exalted Heath, Wayaba Ocean, all there. Emir Resolve on our outside. Samson Beefer trying to come round the outside. And it does look like Emir Resolve comes out this bend, the first place challenger. But we're going to start pushing ahead now. 1.5 from home. Clear by a length at the furlong marker. Ymir dropping back, Exotic, Hearth, and Jamajo Valur. All there, not quite getting up on him either. And we're just coasting away. Swan Dive takes it very comfortably. 4 1/4. 101 rated, a grade 2. And we are just absolutely flying with these 2-year-olds. They're all within about 5% of their potential of jumping and filling out. They're all moving up the distances quite well, apart from 2. One's still at 5 furlongs, one was still at 6, but everybody else is 7 furlongs to a mile. I think for halfway through the seasons, I think now that's 6 out of 7 grade wins that we've attempted. And like I say, the only one we failed was by the head. I'm pretty happy with that. If Sweet King Braze had won that, we'd only need to get a grade on Promise Princess to be pretty happy with things. So I think she's 7 furlong, maybe a mile. Sweet King Braze is going to be a mile. Everybody else is graded. We've got 3 grade 2s, 2 grade 3s. We've got another grade 3 hidden on Tidal Force for our 6 grade wins. It's nice. It's really nice right now. I don't know why I'm checking auctions. We've got a list what we're following that will show. But at the same time, something might show up at an auction that we haven't tagged. Back to Ascot. Hague Violetta. A surprising lead horse. 135 rated. Going into the King George VI and Queen Elizabeth. There's a chance we get 140. There is a chance. There's also a chance this crashes. It's still Ascot. We've tested it a bunch of lengths. I don't think we've tested a mile 4 on the second turf track yet. Not since the crashes kept happening. So, a solid field. 1 mile 4, King George VI and Queen Elizabeth. Class 1, Grade 1 for 3-year-olds and older upon the turf here at Royal Ascot. Prophet's Pink. We've beaten a few times now, but it's still a very good horse. Naomi Fontaine, solid. Sumatra Chaparral, solid. Cloverleigh Dini, solid. Southern Lopez looks solid, but never really performs. Neither does Fontaine, too. But we do know some of these. I don't think we fear any of these, especially after beating Prophet's Pink fairly handily last time. We will go to the front to be joined by Fantasy Nombulist and Rainfall Moline. Then back to Tipping Grease, Naomi Fontaine, and Prophet's Pink right there in the middle of them. Canoe Madame, Sumatra Chaparral on screen, Drussel Star and Lassie's Lucky just off screen, with Southern Lopez and Cloverleigh Dini at the back. They will come up and contest a little bit later on. We've still got over half a mile to go. Nombulis moves up alongside Moulin. The rest of the field have come up, but we've been conserving. Hague Violetta is not blocked off. We've got to run. It's us and Profits Pink, and 1.5 to go. We're both going, but you see the difference. Profits Pink gets themselves up into third, might take second, but Hague Violetta streaking clear, half a furlong from home. Totally free, totally clear, totally easy. Calvin Burrell stands in those stirrups, waves to the crowd, Russell Star on the outside. Canoe Madame also comes up from the back. Profits Pink down in fourth. Moline falls to 5. And Hague Violetta is just that guy, the true son of Brasingaman. Enter at 135. Is there any jump? No, we hold a 135 rating. Sword Dancer, Northern Dancer, Arc de Triomphe, Canadian International Breeders' Cup, Japan Cup, Hong Kong Vase, Arima Kinen left to run. Very nice horse. Very nice horse. And remains our number 1. Maybe joined, maybe surpassed. Because the next races are going to High Life. And then Dragon comes for one more chance. But they both need to win, and they both need a decent jump up as well. This is going to be interesting. How do we respond to our first loss all season in a solid field? Crackerjack Francais, Musica Lorraine, solid horses. Balnago Hawley. Yeah. Flamingo Mara. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tight, but I think we can do it. The 1 mile Qatar Sussex. Class 1 grade 1 for 3-year-olds here upon the turf at Glorious Goodwood. The corns are out. And the horses are off. Not a terrible start from us. Not the best either. But we're okay now running against the rails with Musica Lorraine. And then back to Parting House. Balnago Hawley, Flamingo Mara, very dangerous horse and striking exciting. The 3 similar silks. Looks like Mara's going up the inside there. Bernie Beatty in picture in the blue silks. Crackerjack Francais is at the rear, just coming into picture now. The final furlong marker then. Mara on our inside. Hawley on our outside. Striking exciting. Starting to make a move on the outside of Balnago Hawley. But it is Flamingo Mara on the inside of us. And us at the line. I think just about we might have kept that. But we have found a contender in Mara. And they're giving it to Mara there. Is that a short head or is it a dead heat? It's 2.6 lengths. My bad. Yeah, Ascot is still kind of broken there, guys. That's going to drop us down 2 lengths. Not 2 lengths. That's going to drop us down 2 rating points. I don't really feel that's fair. Oh, we've lost 2 for coming second in the Queen Anne. A very close loss to Mara. And then this was very close in real life, but apparently not in the game. But what we saw was very close. That drops us another 2 points. There's a chance if we win those, we gain maybe a point to go up to 136 or 137. But I think those 2 races have killed Highlight's push for 140. Still got a chance to get 10 Group 1 wins. But Flamingo Mara just beaten us twice in the UK. I don't love that. We got 1 more trip. And I don't know whether Mara is going to be running, but I pretty much would bet on it. So if they don't come across to Canada or the US, we got the Woodbine and we got the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. And then we've got Shatin at the end of the season for the Hong Kong Mile that they might not be there for as well. So we might get our 10 wins. But I'm kind of calling High Life right now, 131. This point of the year, not enough big races left to win. I think the 140 journey is done for them. Dragon is up next. The 8th of August run. 132. Going to Sarasota. But again, when you need 8 or 9 points and you've got half the season to go, you've probably only got like 4 or 5 really good races. If that, then you need to win. And you can't lose any race. You might be able to come second, very close, and not get docked points, but pretty much you need to win. You need to win well. And oh my God, God Shark is in here. We killed their triple chrome bid. Not with Dragon, but with Ramscoop. Is this the final nail in the coffin of a 140 rating bid? It might just be. They won the Haskell, they got the Whitney, and the Travers. So they are going to be a bit of an issue here. They're probably going to be in the Breeders' Cup at a mile 2 as well. Let's see what they've got. Let's see what they've got. Against Dragon, 1 mile 1 furlong, Whitney, Class 1, Grade 1, 3 rows upon the dirt track. Dragon and Godshark, the inside 2. Looks like Godshark gets a little bit of a better start, but we're not too bad, and we will go up with them and ahead of them to lead out the race. They do have a chance of getting blocked off. Oh, please let them be blocked off. Give me an easier shot at this. Itoris Esther's up there with us. Godshark, Paul Paynton, Cher Aramis, Overnight Suisse, Ascot Watts, Nobilis in here, Burnisdale, and Canoe. We're going to go, and it's down to the final 1.5, and here comes Godshark. And I think they're just going to absolutely blitz past Dragon. Are they going to give up? Are they going to get caught? Dragon's going to make a little bit of an inroad, but Calvin Burrell has to watch someone else stand up, and it is the generational Godshark, the should-be Triple Crown winner, who some say was unjustly denied. It's such a good horse. It is such a good horse. They go up to a 133. And we dropped to a 130. And just like that, we killed their Triple Crown. They killed our 140 hunt. No chance. Absolutely no chance. Yeah. Yep. They're on their own 140 journey. They might gain another point or two at Travers. They're probably, like I say, Breeders' Cup at the end of the season. If they pick up 2 points at the Travers, they pick up 1 or 2 points elsewhere. 135, somewhere on 137, Breeders' Cup, definitely doable. They're just getting 4 points here. They could be 140 before all said and done. I'm going to feel really bad about taking that Triple Crown away from them then, but it's the only one we could win, the only one we did win. And Dragon's beginning to pick up towards the end. Don't go jumping up to a mile 2 now, Dragon. Don't go jumping on me now. Yep. It's a possibility, for sure. A level 3, Tattersails all come. I don't want to run the outcome. The debutante or the futurity. I don't love either of those, do I? The spinaway and the hopeful. I don't really love either of those either. Moigler, Stud, and the Vincent O'Brien. Oh, that's not amazing. That's not amazing. Yeah, okay. What's at a mile? What do we got on a mile? With anticipation. Okay. The juvenile. I don't mind the juvenile. You gonna jump before then? I don't think so, but also I'm pretty sure Braze is gonna be more of a 6 furlong to a miler. And Promise Princess might be a 6 furlong to a 7 furlong. Maybe. I just don't love the 7s. Could go grade 3 with Promise Princess, but I think she's better than that. Do we run the debutante? Put you in the hopeful. I'm trying to make notes of how they've run as well, so I'm kind of looking over my notes. Because Pastel Pure is also 7. I think. So we could run the Futurity on Pastel Pure. I guess the last one's much demure. You did jump. You did jump. Oh boy, you did jump. Okay. Pastel Pure. Yeah, no, I kind of want you in there. So you got a grade 2. You then go to a grade 1. Yeah, all 4 girls are going for the grade 1s. So yeah, who have I got in the hopeful? Swan Dive. No, I want you in there. Swan dive. Debutante. Futurity. You should go for the spin away. So much demure in this one. That should probably be swan dive for the most rest. That should be swan dive for the most rest. Okay. Then the spin away is next. And the next rest is much demure. So we can put you in there. And then Pastel Pure should be running the Futurity. And you're running the Debutante. Sweet King Braze is running a grade 2. These are all grade 1s. Demo jumped, I think you're a mile. And Tidal Force jumped. And I wasn't counting on you. I might try you at 7. I might try you at 7. I might try you both at 7. And here's why. Because if they all come in, Sweet King Braze gains a grade 2. Everybody else would be on a grade 1. So I think Tidal Force Demolition Damage at 7 works. So we have you in the Hopeful and you in the Vincent O'Brien. This could go so well or so poorly, but all our 3-year-olds kind of starting to run decently well. Say all, 2 of them. All our 4-year-olds have been running well, but not perfectly. Our 2-year-olds are still kind of crazy good, and we do have 3 that are perfect. Pastel Pure, much demure, and especially Tidal Force. If Tidal Force wins their race, it's win a maiden, win a grade 3, win a grade 2, win a grade 1. What a 2-year-old season that is. Progression. Often at a mile 1. 110 yards. Kind of likes a mile 2. Back to Saratoga. Or even Saratoga. For the Derby. Birdstone, Diamante, we know as a grade 1. We know a couple of the others, but they're not grade 1, so I'm not going to pay too much attention. But the 1 mile 1 furlong, 110 yards, Saratoga Derby. Class 1, grade 1 for 3-year-olds upon the turf. I feel pretty good about this one. Boundless likes to go to the front when she wants to win, and she is going to the front. The other grey at the back, I think that's Jejuli Walters, Altered Doubt, and Stopped Iraq there with them. Birdsong Silhouette with Birdstone Diamante and Toazea Roberts, and then Bullet Reginald just in second, being caught by that pack and hauled back down. We're coming up now round this turn. Here comes Stopped Iraq. Final 1.5 then, onto the home stretch. The fight for the finish begins now. At the final furlong marker, it looks like we're going to have a solid few lengths lead, but Bullet Reginald up the inside, starting to make way. Stop Direct in there as well. Three-way tie now for second place. The fight continues behind as Boundless Orphan just coasts on through and does what Orphan does. And I will reiterate, if they had jumped a month earlier, if the races were a month later, Kentucky Derby, Preakness, Boundless Orphan would have been my favourite to win them. I've got to be honest, I really, really think they'd give God's Wrath a real run for their money. We might have been beaten twice, but we would have given them one heck of a battle, I feel. Like, just the extra speed and the potential just screams that we would have. But yeah, 123 rating. Very solid win. And we are flying there at a mile one. And if we hold a mile one next season, even on the new schedule, Pegasus World Cup, Saudi World Cup, Dubai World Cup. Can they hit the hat-trick as a 4-year-old? Hey, that's going to be really, really interesting as well. That would be very, very interesting as well. Higbrex hasn't had a lot of runs, but does have a few here and towards the end of the year, so yeah, a couple of trips abroad as well. But they are up next, heading to Del Mar. And I like this horse. I just don't think it's as good as our other 4-year-olds. But it's not far behind. And it could win a few grade 1s. So it's us and Hallowed Doll, who I don't think is an amazing horse, who are grade 1 winners. Most of the field's grade 2. Sweetness, Demeanor is grade 3. Della Sunshine is ungraded. But I kind of think this is ours to lose, and we are lower rated, as I say, than we probably should be. So handicapping goes in our favor to a certain degree there. But the 1 mile, 2 furlong Pacific Classic, Class 1, Grade 1 for 3-year-olds and older upon the dirt. The fountains in the background. We don't really break quite well there, and that's going to force us to come inside alongside Della Sunshine and Sweetness, Demeanor, and maybe get blocked off. Padisha, Handful, just there, almost in our way, making things difficult. Hallowed Doll, the other favourite horse, is leading us out now by about a little length as we start to close that gap. Everybody almost now closing up and bunching back up again. Don't know anyone from deep who could pose an issue. We're dropping back a little bit. We are going to get blocked off behind Hallowed Doll because of Della Sunshine. And that is going to be enough to cost us the race. And how do we get up? By half a length. Yeah, no, okay. We weren't showing anything. We had like 0.2 of a furlong left. We were behind by half a length. We didn't just teleport in front. So that is another one, I guess, Del Mar. So that's 3 courses then. We got the, if I remember correctly, we got the fences in the way at Japan. And then we've had 2 fake results from what we've seen. Don't think the other one was Del Mar. Watch this back and get things right, but I don't think it was Del Mar. Let me know in the comment section down below if you remember what that was. But somehow, okay, we win 121 rated. We're climbing. But yeah, there's no way we won that by half a length. There's just no way from what we saw. So it's kind of weird. Yeah, where was that? Who was that? I was highlight right. Was that our last run? Was that Goodwood? I think it was Goodwood, right? I think it was Goodwood. So I think Tokyo's got the fences, and now Goodwood and Del Mar, we've seen fake results at, which means maybe the pathing isn't actually right. So those might be courses we need to replace or try and work on to make sure they don't bug out. Again, although I'll probably just test those courses on the new schedule. Yeah, well, I'll test them on the new schedule and see if they have the same issue there. If not, I won't have to do any work. But yeah, okay, we win. Kind of unexpectedly. Desmara just ran. We like that horse. But we're here for a fun one of our own. A little on-edge 3-year-old. And Watered Marsh, who came second to Ramscoop at Belmont. Yeah. Okay. They weren't bad at all. They'll be a little threat. Daisini Tops, I don't know if they can get up to a mile 4. Third Scotch, I don't know if they get up to a mile 4. Urban Mountain, who knows what they're going to do. Clowens, Destruval. Doesn't look like there's many like mile 4s here, but us and Watered Marsh, we do know can run this distance. We were 1-2 at the Belmont Stakes. And this flyover doesn't seem to be quite right either. But the 1 mile 4 furlong Breeders' Stakes, Class 1, Grade 1 for 3-year-olds here at Woodbine, Canada. Yeah, Woodbine's in the rails. It's another track that I keep forgetting about that does have a few issues. So we're towards the back of the pack then. Leopard Willow up front, Urban Mountain. Then Third Scotch and the Red Silks could be an issue. Dalzini Tops inside them. Sanford Royal. Watered Marsh on the outside. Us on the inside of Bussa Morse, who actually ran well, remember. Clowens, Destruval, and Victoria's Ribes. So, yeah, the front horses are definitely running the rail right, and we seem to be on this middle part of the course, kind of well out of it. And I don't know, but it means that we're probably not going to get blocked off, and Ramscoop now has to go. Third Scotch is there. Bussa Morse, we know, is a good horse. The Struve alongside us. 1 furlong to go. Here comes Ramscoop. Do they have what it takes? Watered Marsh in behind us. Also going to make a little bit of a challenge. Third Scotch still up, but fading fast. Ramscoop as a closer comes in between the rails. Absolutely illegal behavior, but wins by a length and takes another one. The true daughter of Brisingham and Haig, the true sibling of Haig Violetta. 100%. Good run, good win. Only up to a 129. I thought maybe we'd be a little more than that if I was honest, but solid. Really solid. I don't love watching closers because it looks like you're losing until the last moment. And I just get too frustrated by it. But, yeah, pretty good. Pretty decent. We simulate on. I think it's like 12-day wait. Clear the mail. We got a double head up with everybody booked now then at the end of August. Promise Princess. The first of our grade 1 runs at 7 furlong. They've been so brutal to us over the years. It's worth running them, but it could also be a really bad idea. Haig Violetta. Yeah. So our apprentice is riding Haig Violetta. That's a bit of a cheat code, maybe. But it does mean Calvin is on Promise Princess. When a maiden at the second time of asking doesn't look like a grade field, doesn't really mean anything. There's a grade 2, a grade 3. We don't know. A multitude of different types of form, well over raced horses, under raced horses. People have probably only won a maiden. We don't know. We've got to go and run. The 7 furlong Del Mar debutante, Class 1, Grade 1 for 2-year-olds on the dirt, in the rail. We're on the outside. We're out the gates okay. Not too bad at all, and we are going to move towards the front group. It looks like 4 to the front. It's Wellwood Legend, Care Maiden, Phenomenon Stars, and ourselves. Then Amis Bramble leading out the rest. Murab, Heb, Exceed, and Olimaro Camera is in there. Tarisha approval as well. We're now coming round the turn. Final furlong marker. Wellwood Legend still out ahead, and the field goes as one. Promise Princess currently in third, looking to get up to second, into first, and we are there. Lizabelle Pichoon alongside us, just about headed out. A tough battle there towards that line. We came up from third, up into second, straight into first, and Lizabelle came up as well. On the outside, just about got up to us, but we do win by a short head, and we win the Del Mar debutante, which is such a difficult one for us to win for whatever reason. And Promise Princess, we got the distance wrong. When we got it right, we won by 6 lengths. Then we take a Grade 1 7 furlong that I really don't like running usually. 101 rated, Grade 1, filled potential, Promise Princess. Congratulations. That's everything I wanted. Everything I wanted. Absolutely fantastic. 1 of 4 for fillies, and then the 2 colts that we got running in 7s as well. So really it's 3 of those fillies and 1 of the colts running the ones I don't like, and then a filly and a colt running an island in ones that I haven't run enough to judge to see how well I do. But we still have only lost 1 graded race on a 2-year-old this season. It's like 1 out of 9 now. Somewhere around there. Hague Violetta, apprentice jockey David Cohen will take the reins. He's not amazing, but he's okay. Best horse, by far highest rated. We know some of these horses like Rangefinder Cadeau, Ballybriggan Rap, Penavan Schindler, Fancy Nonbulist, who's a bit warmed up. But I don't think any of them are great horses, so let's see if our apprentice can do what Calvis does, and if Calvin wins, he stands up in his stirrup and salutes. Are we going to see the same here? Does David have it in him? I don't know, but the 1 mile 4 furlong Sword Dancer, Class 1, Grade 1 for 4-year-olds upon the turf. It's an inside draw. We're away okay. We need to get up to the front and not get blocked off. David takes us where we want to be. Nonbulist and Aspen El Jamila at the right there with us now and behind us to Zero Creek. Then the rest of the field: Penavanch, the Crike and Easy Snow, Canoe Madame, Rangefinder Cadeau, Shavana Evening, and Ballybriggan Rap. They're all still there. We're on to the back stretch now. A little over 5 furlongs to go. The rest of the field starting to make moves. We are still in front and running well. Here on the outside they come, round this long bend. Rangefinder Cadeau, the grey, ready to go. 1.5 from home. Cadeau's going to go on the inside. Aspen Elijah Miller there as well. Hague Violetta just about holding him off. David Cohen riding him well. Pushing through, pushing clear, getting up. Not going to stand and salute. Oh, yes, they are. Oh, a little closer to the line. Not as much distance as I thought, but takes his cue. 100% takes his cue from Calvin Burrell. And David Cohen wins on Hague Violetta. Wasn't until that last 0.2 furlongs that I remembered that I thought he wasn't going to stand up, and that's what my focus was. And then it dipped for a second, realizing Hague Violetta is 135 rated, and if we don't win, we could have just lost a ton of rating in this race that we didn't really need to run, and we could have put Calvin on rather than our apprentice, or put a better jockey on. Ooh, it all kind of hit, and then he stood up, and I kind of got flustered. I'm really glad it did not mess up. David, what did you do? 138, 3-point jump from the Sword Dancer. Northern Dancer. And if the Northern Dancer doesn't do it, as long as we don't lose there, we can get 140 at the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe at Longchamp, Paris Français. We could get 140 before that. I don't think we get 2 points from the Northern Dancer. But I didn't think we'd get 3 points from the Sword Dancer either. Especially since we didn't get anything from the King George and Queen Elizabeth. 7 Grade 1 wins. Hague Violetta is marching on. It's kind of crazy. Priestley I like. Spitfire Manavine. It's not bad. We got a little bit of breeding on both sides here. Those are ours that we bred from them. Not much else has done anything. This is the only one there. Look, claiming race. By ahead. Yep, nothing there that we want to kind of look at. Oh, back to Del Mar, back to Del Mar. We won the debutante. Can we win the futurity? Who knows, right? Who knows? Who knows? Again, there's a nice grade 2 with like a lot of wins. Yeah. 2 grade 2s, 2 grade 3s. Also going for the hopeful. We'll see them again. Hopefully, they will still be a grade 2 winner because they won't take this one. The 7 furlong Del Mar Futurity, Class 1 grade 1 for 2-year-olds on dirt. Kafka Vasilovich is the favorite, being ridden by Tyler Gaffalion. 11-4 odds in the red silks with the blue stripe down the middle. That white star on the cap. They go towards the back. We move towards the front. They're joined by Gunnadoink Gilly, title lost, Algaris Bruer, and Yimi Resolve that we know. They're going to go up there. Oh, Hutton, Hearth, applause right there as well. Up near the front. We're going to go as well. But Cathcart's going. And we're going bye-bye. Enoch Hutton in second. Title loss coming through, though. Not quite going to get there on the line for third. And that's the type of race that we're used to seeing happen. Cathcart Vasilevich is a very good 2-year-old. Is a very good 2-year-old. Not exactly dominant. Yeah, okay, so possibly a mile. So I'll update My notes for them, possibly a mile. Second grade lost on a 2-year-old. That would have been really nice. That would have been real nice. You haven't jumped. 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 I do need to check. You haven't jumped. You haven't jumped. Cool. All our 2-year-olds are still all on that sort of 7 furlong to a mile pathway. Don't mind that. Let's get these set up here. And then let's get the last race of the day done with Dragon. I think this is a good place to end things. Hopefully with a big win. Even though the 140 chance is gone, it's another chance to run against Godshark. So, best ground maybe near side, okay. Not sure if that suits us or not. I don't think it suits Godshark too well. But we're probably both going to go right to the front anyway, so we're both going to take the inside. Yeah. I mean, if we beat them, we might ruin their 140 attempt. But, yeah, a little match race. Yeah, we were beginning to pick up before the end. I'm going to tell it to challenge earlier. And let's see what Calvin can do on the back of Dragon. 1 mile, 1 furlong, Woodward up next at Class 1. Grade 1 to finish things for today. 3-year-olds and above riding upon the dirt track. Another match race between Dragon and the generational Godshark, ridden by Adam Bescheiser. Maybe they will be the favorite. And they will be near camera here in the brown silks. In our distinctive white and blue, green, or pink caps. We do lead out Godshark. Sweetness Demeanor. Back to Ingenti Sunday. Another good horse. Then Brody Bayonet. Ascot Watts. Glowing Commended. Crackerjack Francais. Burneside Beauty. And Doctored Green at the back. But Godshark takes over the lead here. Coming on to the bend. We're just going to step outside. 1.3 from home. We haven't gone early. They do lead by a little bit. Coming into the final furlong. And Godshark looks like they've got too much power, too much pace for us. They are slowing up a little bit towards the end. But again, Calvin Burrell's got to watch as Godshark's rider stands and salutes the victory. It's a very, very good horse. We hold our 130. Coming in 2.5 lengths back off of Godshark. That's how good they are. They move to a 135. Not quite the result we wanted. Not quite how we wanted to finish. But still a very successful season. And I think you've got to agree, a lot of our horses, if not all our horses, really running well. Higvale at a 138. High Life and Dragon have been really good, just beaten twice by Godshark and twice for High Life by Mara over in the UK. So, yeah, may not be the best horses, but we're very close to being the best horses at our distance at 4 years of age. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Is Higvale going to get 138? Are we just going to somehow screw this up? As unlikely as that might seem. And yeah, all the other grade 1s on the 2-year-olds, we're 50% in those right now. We do have another 3. No, we've got another 4 of those grade 1s to go, and we've got a grade 2 to go on Sweet King Braze as well. So let me know how you think those will go. But yeah, while you're there, please do hit that like button, smash subscribe. It does make a huge difference. I really appreciate it. Check out the other playlist. A lot of content for you. Multiple videos per day usually up on this channel, so the playlists get updated all the time. And yeah, if you are able to check out the memberships and, join if you can. But I understand if not. And we've got so much left to go this season. Still some really big races, some really interesting races, some fun challenges. These 3-year-olds are starting to look really good again. And I'm kind of excited to see how they finish. The 2-year-olds, we could end up with a bunch of grade 1 2-year-olds, which would be fantastic. And our 4-year-olds have been good all season. They're not even really having a blip now. Hague-Brex won the last 2. Hague-Violetta won all 5 races this year. High Life and Dragon won a bunch this year. 2 seconds in the last 2 races. Only a slight dimmer on that and a 4th place for Dragon on a bad track. So I can't complain. But I'll see you for the next one where everything, all the fun and games continue. Until then, take care of yourselves. Stay safe. All the very best to you. And wish me luck for that 140 on of all horses. Hague Violetta. Just wow.